Today's new truck prices are getting out of hand. Does spending $75,000 on a new truck really give you that much more than this one can offer? Let me know what you think in the comments.
In today's video, we're looking over this second generation Dodge Ram 1500, and by the end of it, you'll see why I believe that these are the best bang for the buck in the used half-ton truck market.
Dodge really nailed the style for these second gens. In 1994, the sales more than doubled over the previous year with 232,000 sold, and then again in 95 with 410,000 sold. This narrowed the sales gap significantly with its Ford and GM counterparts. No other generation of Ram looks this good in my opinion. It's easy to see why customers fell in love with the new looks and features of the second generation.
These trucks drive great. They have plenty of legroom and almost no blind spots. New truck visibility is nowhere near as good as on this truck. Ride quality is a little bit stiff, but nothing to complain about, and it has plenty of power. Price points for this truck vary quite a bit. They go for $2,500 all the way up to $10,000. This truck was purchased for $5,000. They seem to be about 25% cheaper than the Ford and GM counterparts of similar time period.
This truck had some stiff competition. The OBS Fords and Chevys from the 90s are beloved by many. All the big three from Detroit produced excellent trucks in this time period. Ford had the bulletproof 4.9 300 inline 6, plus the 5-liter and the 5.8 V8. GM offered a 4.3, a 5.0, and a 5.7, but this is a Dodge with a 5.9 Magnum V8. Its 245 horsepower and 330 foot-pounds of torque beat Ford's 5.8 at 205 horsepower and matched GM's 5.7 Vortec basically exactly.
Now this truck is a 2001 model. The engine options were a 3.9 liter V6, which I would avoid. And then there's the 5.2 and the 5.9 V8s, which were based off the old 360 and 318 engines. Something unique about these trucks is they have a straight axle Dana 44 in the front, which is very uncommon on half-ton trucks. Now, starting in 1998, Dodge offered these rear doors that swing open. Before that, you'd have to tilt the front seat down to get in the back. For 1998, they updated the interior, changed the steering wheel design, added a digital odometer, plus the cloth is different in the seats. Has a fold-down console and an integrated seat belt. Some common problems, pretty much everything plastic. From these door panels to the dash cracking, this one's actually in surprisingly good shape. The cup holder's never going up, the glove box, and this overhead compartment. The heater cores are a common problem also, and in order to replace them, you have to remove all your plastic dash and components, which are probably going to break. Under the hood, very little normally goes wrong with these V8s, as long as you do general maintenance. The computers, on the other hand, are prone to failure. You will get a no bus sign on your dash and a no start condition. Now, it's known that Dodges don't have the best transmissions, and that's normally coming from Cummins owners. The 1500s, on the other hand, as long as you give it good maintenance, the transmission will treat you right. This truck has over 200,000 miles on it, and the transmission is factory and not giving any problems. In conclusion, these trucks have a lot to offer for the price range they fall in. Now, they do have their quirks that need to be fixed occasionally, but they are inexpensive to repair. And as a bonus, you get to be a Dodge driver, and nothing feels better than tailgating and hopping over curbs in a Dodge.